Right now we're heading up to Northern California to go to our friend's house. On the way is Reno, Nevada. I'm gonna go through the exact same route that I got pulled over on about 2 years ago. I got pulled over by Reno sheriff, and they kind of went through the whole deal. They like searched the bread truck. They didn't find a dang thing. So I'm actually going to be going down the exact same route, and I'm really curious to see if I get pulled over this time, and or if I see those cops sitting in the same spot that they pulled me over, and I hear that they're there all the time. So we're going to find out. I'm going to show you a little bit of clip from the road once I get around that area. I got about 2 hours to go to get to our friend's farm in Northern California. So we'll see how it goes, see if I get pulled over this time. I got dash cam rolling. I got my backup cameras are rolling. They record as well. So I have 5 cameras rolling without even the addition of my cell phone. And you know, my cell phone, I will definitely be filming them face to face as well. So wish me luck. I'm gonna run the gauntlet. Hopefully it goes well. This is my drive going into Reno, Nevada. The route that I'm on is Interstate 80. 80 goes through Reno and then crosses over the Nevada state line into California shortly after leaving Reno, Nevada. Right up ahead there, you can see Little Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in the world, or is it the littlest big city in the world? Something like that. Anyways, this route is a really beautiful drive, and I love taking this route, unless it's stocked full of police officers. In the Reno video, I get pulled over by a Reno sheriff. He was waiting just off the side of the road right there on the shoulder, just after the guardrail. He quickly started up his truck and came after me to pull me over. At the time I got pulled over the first time in Reno, I did not have recording devices such as a dash cam set up, ready to go, recording everything. All I had was a GoPro that was sitting on my dashboard, and it wasn't mounted recording actively. As soon as I saw that he was coming after me, I grabbed the GoPro and started setting it up on my dashboard. That did cause me to swerve a little bit in the lane, which was one of his reasons for pulling me over, but I have a feeling he was going to pull me over anyways. I will be narrating this because otherwise it'll just be a boring drive through Reno on Interstate 80, but up here, coming up pretty soon, I will slow down the footage when we get to the point where they actually pulled me over, but it was in a tire chain installation area, which was a really huge, about 4 lanes wide off the side of the road. I pulled all the way over to the right side of that tire chain installation area, which gave a big amount of space between oncoming traffic and us stopped and the police officer. I've received a lot of criticism in the comments of that video saying that I put the police officer's life in danger by forcing him to come to the driver's side of my truck to speak with me. The only window I have that I can open is on the driver's side, and I wasn't going to open my door for him. The thing is, if he had not stopped me in the first place, nobody's life would have been in danger. I wouldn't have been in danger, he wouldn't have been in danger, none of the passing cars would have been in danger, and as a matter of fact, the way he was driving preceding the stop was extremely reckless. He was trying to force an infraction so that he can pull me over to search my vehicle. I believe that was his only intention. I was driving just as I always do in the slow lane because my truck is only capable of doing 60 mile an hour top speed, and the speed limit here was 65, I believe. So as I proceeded along in the right-hand lane, he mirrored my every action in the left-hand lane, the fast lane, and I could see that he was just behind me, sort of in my blind spot, and there were cars stacking up behind him trying to travel the speed limit, which he was slowing down. He also mentioned that I did not give enough room for a truck that came out in front of me, and he slowed down to about 45 miles an hour right with me, just as I gave that truck enough room to come out. Coming up here on the right-hand side, this is where I actually stopped. This is a tire chain installation area, and as you can see, it's a very wide area of blacktop. I estimate to be at least 3 or 4 lanes wide, and I was pulled over to the far right-hand side of that area. He kept me there on the side of the road in this tire chain installation area and also called 4 other units to respond, and he kept us there for about 40 minutes. This seems to be an unusually long period of time just to issue someone a warning. There were no other reasons to increase suspicion that I had committed any crime. The only thing that he had was that I swerved in my lane a slight bit. On this day, I did not see any other police officers patrolling, sitting, waiting for people to come through just so they could pull them over. It was a nice drive, and we quickly got through Reno, Nevada, and went into Northern California without any incidents. Just up ahead, there is a Gold Rush casino that I pulled into after the stop because I was pretty upset. Turning his warning into a full search of my vehicle and my person and illegally detaining me on the side of the road here just because of a swerve in my lane was completely uncalled for, and it was a violation of my rights. Here comes the Gold Rush Casino that I pulled over in right there on the right. I have learned a lot from the stop that happened in Reno, Nevada. I do not intend to play their games any longer in the future. You do not have to answer any question that a police officer asks you. This was told to us by the Supreme Court themselves that we should not be speaking to police officers. They are allowed to lie. I highly encourage all citizens to record interactions with public officials at all times. They are recording us, and we need to protect ourselves by recording them. Right after the California state line, there is an unconstitutional California agricultural check stop, which I also recorded. What's that?
Have these plants been outdoors at all?
Been outdoors? No.
No? Okay. Any firewood or produce?
No.
No? Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. It is a tricky thing not answering questions. It's very difficult to stand in their face and refuse to answer questions, but it is our constitutional right. In this instance, I knew that if I answered his couple stupid questions, that I'd be on my way quickly, so that's what I did. But is it right? Do we have to do this? I don't believe we do.